The Shadowless King unleashed a massive underwater tornado, twisting the entire ocean into a devastating vortex. Decarabia gasped. Just moving creates natural disasters, and it can even unleash this kind of power underwater. Without hesitation, Vikir stabbed his sword deep into the seabed, anchoring himself in place. "Are you insane?" Decarabia shouted. "Forget fighting it! Run before that attack reaches us!" Vikir remained calm. It's too late to escape. He transferred half of his remaining mana to Decarabia. "Use it to strengthen the barrier." Decarabia quickly raised her shield. This human has completely lost his mind. The colossal tornado crashed directly into Vikir, swallowing him in an instant. The impact shook the entire sea. Even Decarabia feared that no one could possibly survive such overwhelming force. When the tornado weakened, Vikir was somehow still standing, enduring the remaining force with nothing but his own body. Suddenly, the Shadowless King froze for a brief moment, as if something inside its body felt terribly wrong. Then, the monster completely stopped moving. Decarabia blinked in disbelief. "Wait, is it paralyzed?" A confident grin slowly appeared across Vikir's face. "How does the strongest poison in the world taste?" Vikir asked. "A special gift from Madam." Taking advantage of the opening, Vikir charged forward and slashed the Shadowless King with all his strength. He immediately grabbed the precious plantain lily seed. Without wasting a second, Vikir threw the seed straight toward the monster. The seed disappeared into the Shadowless King's body. Decarabia frowned. "That won't be enough. Fighting underwater limits your attacks far too much." But moments later, her eyes widened in complete shock. The Shadowless King suddenly moved again, already recovering from the poison. Knowing he had no more time, Vikir immediately swam toward the surface. Behind him, the Shadowless King prepared another devastating attack. Countless bolts of lightning erupted through the water. The lightning struck Vikir and Decarabia head-on, leaving them completely defenseless. Vikir finally lost consciousness. "No!" Decarabia screamed in panic. At that moment, one last plantain lily seed slipped out of Vikir's pouch. The seed instantly began to grow. A flashback appeared. Earlier, Vikir had shown the mysterious seed to the triplets. "It grows unbelievably fast in water," he explained. "The roots will attack the Shadowless King and force its air sac to activate. And once that happens, it'll have no choice but to rise to the surface." Back in the present, the Shadowless King suddenly panicked. The seed growing inside its body rapidly expanded into massive roots. Decarabia smiled in disbelief. Vikir's plan actually worked. Just then, Vikir regained consciousness and grabbed Decarabia. Holding tightly onto the fully grown plantain lily, Vikir allowed the giant plant to pull them upward. Seconds later, they finally reached the ocean's surface. The furious, shadowless king burst out of the sea and chased after them. The triplets shouted together, "Get ready!" Each of them was already holding a giant wooden spear with its tip burned and hardened by fire. Another flashback began. Earlier, Vikir had ordered them to carve spears from dead trees and coat the tips with hellhound oil. The triplets had looked completely confused. Vikir simply smiled. "When I reach the surface, throw them with everything you've got." The spears were so heavy that lifting them was already a struggle, but seeing their master's determination filled them with courage. The triplets gathered every last bit of strength they had. Together they launched the massive spear toward the shadowless king. The spear flew directly toward one of the monster's enormous tentacles. The triplets panicked. "The tentacles are going to stop it!" Suddenly, Vikir leaped high into the air. He caught the flying spear with both hands. Using every ounce of strength left in his body, he hurled it forward with unbelievable force. The tentacles blocking its path exploded into pieces. The spear pierced straight through the shadowless king with a devastating impact. The triplets finally sighed in relief. Vikir climbed out of the sea while the shadowless king burned helplessly before collapsing into death. At last, the terrifying battle was finally over. A system notification appeared before Vikir's eyes. "Mission complete. Rewards will now be distributed."